Here's what I learned about working with manufacturers in the first 30 days of starting my clothing brand. First thing, working with manufacturers, especially starting out, I think it's important to make sure you get your tech packs done because it's gonna make life so much easier. Especially if you're not doing them yourself, they're not complicated at all. If you guys want a video on that, I can definitely do that. You're gonna wanna make sure you're very clear about what your vision is. Make sure you communicate. It could take hours, literally. I've experienced that. Days of miscommunication, going back and forth, trying to explain your vision if you don't have a detailed enough tech pack or you didn't send a tech pack. It's very important. It makes life so much easier. It gives the manufacturer less of a cushion to bullshit, because he knows whoever knows exactly what you need done. That's a big thing because I'm telling you, they will bullshit. I try to communicate as much information in the first exchange as possible. I usually try to follow up with a secondary call to actually make sure that they understood. And a lot of the time, they just don't ask for everything that they need. I'm just starting out, so I'm new to this. But these guys have been manufacturing for I don't know how long. But there's this language gap. So a lot of the times that's what it is. So be sure, make sure you check in with your manufacturers all the time. Make sure you and them have an understanding of how you like to run your business, how you like to communicate, because I've ran into manufacturers that just do not communicate. And I gave you money to do a service for me. Like, don't treat me like. So it's a weird thing when you run into a manufacturer that acts like you bothering them when you try to communicate. Kind of weird. I got one solid guy right now, but delay after delay after delay. When I ask you, can you do something and have it done by this day, and you assure me that, I'm gonna hold you to that. That's just how it goes. That's just how I handle business. Make sure you communicate effectively. Make sure you let them know how you like your follow-ups, get back, especially if you're serious about this. I'm actually pretty serious about this. So another thing I noticed about these guys is that they never wear shoes. Neither one of them. I've never talked to a manufacturer that actually had a pair of shoes on. It really pisses me off sometimes. Another thing you gotta watch out for is that they like to throw these super high numbers when you're just not starting and they know you're just not starting. You gotta watch out for that. Good thing I have a friend that already has a clothing brand of his own, so I kind of know where the prices should fall. But yeah, you never know if you're getting the best deal, so shop around before you decide to go with just one. You know what I'm saying? That's like buyers 101, right? Here's the thing with me. I would prefer to work with one guy that gives me pretty okay deal, that can really understand the vision and can execute on every piece that I need. It's important for me to try to build a relationship. I like the idea of building a relationship with a manufacturer so that he or she understands what I'm trying to get across. If they say this is the lowest I can go, it's probably not the lowest they can go. And I'm never really trying to fucking skimp them of every dollar. Like, if you're new at this, they will really push these crazy prices. Just be aware that, especially if you're not good at talking with people or negotiating, just kind of stand on your ground and just try to get the best deal for yourself. Because at the end of the day, this is your business and you have to run it. You got to have your margins correct or it's not going to make sense, right? So yeah, that's another big one. Let's see. Another quick thing that I didn't know coming into this: when you get samples shipped in from overseas, you have to pay something called duty fees. I think import fees, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I didn't know that. So it'd be surprised when you check your tracking and it say you owe $39, you know what I'm saying, to get your samples. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, be aware of that. But at the end of the day, man, these are all guys that are trying to feed their family. I respect the business. I respect the hustle. When I think of a business partner, I think like there has to be this certain level of trust, especially when you're depending on something that's critical to your business as making the product that is being shipped out to your customers. That's why I say I'm all for getting one manufacturer and trying to work with him. I guess kind of build him up to manufacturer that you want him to be for you. Give him time to understand your vision, your goals. They become a very key piece to the success of your brand. Just make sure you keep at least one guy extra on the side, something. You know what I'm saying? On the side. I think we covered everything. I'm not sure. I hope this video turned out right. This one was kind of unorganized because I had something to talk about and I'm trying to remember it at the same time. It's weird. But y'all already know what it is. Lay on the way.